and everyone else is sleeping, so I can't make too much noise. But what you're about to see is me messing around with the good old machine. My absolute favorite machine. The machine that runs the good old Pentium, Intel Pentium. Can't even remember what it says that Intel Pentium is inside. I can't remember which version of it is inside, but it is an HP machine, a G72 with Windows 7. That's right, I said it, Windows 7. Because I was getting tired of flying real flight on Windows 10, and so I downgraded to a much older version, and planning to install this same version onto my other machine and see if that does anything, because right now Windows 10 is so buggy, it's just annoying. It is beyond annoying. So what are we going to do? Before we start the show, we're going to start by reminding you about all the awesome channels in the back. If you guys have not subscribed to all of those cool channels, you probably should. It's definitely worth it. They always put a smile on my face, and I'm sure they'll put a nice smile on your face too. So please do that. Please do that. That would be a cool thing that you could do for me. And if you don't want to do it for me, do it for them. Anyway, let's go with saying hello to Shongmei, excellent, Color Farm, and D Domisol as well. And I have to go back and ask my friend for the link to those amazing things in the back. I'm sure you can find them on Amazon, but I will go and because I forgot the link. That's what you can expect here from the Marker Reviews channel. Anyway, today we've got Real Flight on a much larger and cooler screen because this was an old HP. And let's see how that does for the overall glare and also for the overall performance that we get out of this thing. I'm going to hope that it does better. There are still things that I can do to optimize this system, and if not, we'll go back to the other one and see if we can install Windows 7 on it. Because Windows 7, heck, if I had an XP or previous version of Windows still, I would put that on. The latest and greatest is buggy and the worst thing ever. So anyway, so one thing that I have noticed on this, and I'm not sure if it has anything to do with Windows or whatever, if I try to fly Real Flight Evolution and play, I do this and I get an error code. So the error code, just in case you guys are interested, is what you see here. It says error loading DLL appcore.dll. So I don't know if the latest and greatest version of Real Flight requires a more powerful core than the other one, because when I press this one and play, you shall see soon, it should start. Anyway, let me zoom out real quick so we can test out the overall look and feel of this thing and make sure that it's all running as it should. I've got my trusty remote that I really like, and hopefully it'll run right away. I did pre-test this yesterday, so I know that it does run. So if it doesn't run now, it's just technology trying its best to make me look like a fool, which it does on a regular basis if you're familiar with the channel. So I hear the fan running, so something might be running in the background. We don't know. Steam the dream. Steam the dream. Oh, that's a usual thing. It is running. It is running. We just have to hide that and press the retry button a few thousand times. Okay, maybe we'll try installing it on the other side. This thing has multiple ports in which to fiddle, unlike the Microsoft machine of doom, which is the Surface Pro. This one has multiple USBs, and if you pick the right one, then eventually it'll do something useful. It is freezing here in Irvine, California, Woodbridge, believe it or not, in the early morns. Okay. Not responding. Not responding. That's the message we all want to hear on there. Oh no. Now it is responding. It is responding. So it is responding and lagging behind a little bit, but as far as glare goes, it is probably on par with the Microsoft machine. But good old Windows. Remember when you could have a nice bar on the side? Now it's very complicated to get your bar on the side. So not other things will run here for some reason. Maybe the graphics card is just too lame to do that. Let's make sure that the simulation stuff is all in order, because let's see, graphics. I'm just going by memory here, hoping that this works. Oh, tells me something about being disconnected, and that's my bad because I did this. Cisco Systems is back online. So this should pop up as being online again in a second. But here comes Real Flight. Not responding. Not responding. So anyway, today's pretty fun time. I'm glad I was able to install it on this machine. And let's see what happens with that, if it improves anything. The graphics put down to the lowest. And hopefully this is going to be something that I can fly now. I just want something to be able, I want to be able to fly something. Simulation. Graphics again. So we put it down to the bare minimum, which is great. And then there were... Is that the only thing that we have? I remember there were more options in here. Maybe settings, graphics. There we go. Settings, graphics. Quality. And we're going to put that... No. We're going to put that all low. Because, let's face it, although this machine has more RAM... than my other machine, the graphics are not going to be as cool, in the sense that the graphics processing system is not going to be as cool. Let's take off. Nice larger screen to work with. Wow, this thing is on rails today. That's great. It is on rails until I do something to screw it up. Let's see. Lowering the throttle. Relaxing the throttle, taking it up. Flaring just a little bit. Little bounce, but that was not bad. That was not bad. And back up in the air. Boy, do I love this bird. Let's see if we can take it out of... I think I've taken it out of safe, so the nose starts dropping immediately. And almost destroyed the plane. Okay, it's coming at us. It's coming at us. Okay. Awesome. Remember, kids, once you do that, the nose is gonna point downwards, which is what you should expect from Horizon Hobby planes, unless you go through the Brian Phillips RC tutorials, in which case you can adjust your plane to do what you need it to do, which in some cases is fly straight out of the box. If you don't, then there's a good chance most of these planes will want to nose down. Yeehaw! Up we go. Let's try this one more time. Turn. So landing in assisted mode is quite easy. Whoa. And landing in non-assisted mode is, I was doing pretty well. I was on the runway, but I came way too hot onto the runway. That was not a smart move there from me. So, bouncing landing. Bouncing landing. That was bad. I did get to the runway, so at least I aimed correctly, but that was terrible. In real life, I probably would have broken something maybe on landing there. But usually they're very nice big tires on these machines, so maybe I won't. Maybe I wouldn't have. It's not a bad landing. This one was better than the other one. Now we're going to try to see if we can do some of the challenges too. But I am loving how this plane is flying. It is flying really, really stable, and I am not getting any loss or system failure, which I do get on the Microsoft machine of death because it's running Windows 10. And it's hard to determine exactly how many applications are running and how to disable them, because you guys saw it last time I was explaining to you guys how that worked. I was in the menu there, and you see those things move around like there's no tomorrow. I'll explain to you what that means. Is when you go into this thing here, the Windows Task Manager, you see how they don't move around that much, and you can tell what everything is and stuff. It is very nicely done here in the old system. In the new system, you've got more colorful stuff, and it's great, but it's all moving around, and you have to play Pop the Bieber on the head in order to stop things from running, and it's just more work. It's just more work because Microsoft got rid of their best software engineers like Barnacles, and they obviously hired a bunch of other people who are doing strange things. So what are you gonna do? It is what it is. So we can go and do some of the challenges. We could do this challenge here, and we're gonna start nice and low and work our way up, just to show you how cool this thing is. Now it's running on the old machine, so if you are not familiar with all the controls and all that stuff, you're gonna get this. You're gonna get this. So if you don't already know what you're doing with the remote controls, you might find it pretty hard to tell what's going on. And but I've played the game enough times, so I kind of know. Unless I play a new game that I've never tried where I have to read instructions, I should be okay. So I'm not sure why this is glitching out the way that it is. It could just be a graphics card issue. Wouldn't be the first time. But one of the biggest annoyances that I find with Real Flight is when you switch computers from one to another computer, it does not register or remember which games you have passed, which games you've won. So I've had to start this thing all over again, once more on a different machine. So that happened when I switched over from Real Flight 9.5S to Real Flight Evolution, and it is happening once more because I installed it again using Steam the Dream onto another computer. And with Steam the Dream, it basically ironed away all the creases, or as in all the memory of all the flights that I've done. So now I'm having to do it all over again, which is great in some. Oh my god, that was the coolest crash ever. It turned itself into a boomerang. It turned itself into a boomerang. But anyway, as I said before, it is kind of frustrating. For instance, if you, let's say you have like 20 computers or something, and you're one of those guys, who just loves to play your real flight on each and every one of them, because that's what the Steam the Dream is going to help you do more quickly. Let's say, because in the modern age, who has CD players anymore, right? So with Steam the Dream, you don't need CD players, you just need a connection to the internet, and you can play real flight on anything you want. But every time you do that, you lose all your saved flights. So it's like you're a virgin again, and you got to start all over again, which in some ways is great. In some other ways, you're like, but wait, I just got, some of the levels are really hard to pass. So you're like, I just passed the most amazingly difficult level, and now I got to do it again. You got 10 machines, that starts becoming a bit of a hassle-worthy issue, right? It becomes a troublesome issue. If you've only got 2 machines, then it's fine. It's fine. I've only got 2 machines, so not the biggest thing. I'm not complaining too much. But if you're one of those guys or gals or whatever in between, who likes to have a million machines and stuff, and you're thinking that you could just pop your data across all 3 or 4 or 10 or 20, it's not happening. Just so you know. Just so you know. But anyway, I'm kind of really enjoying this larger screen for flying and stuff. So, I mean, hey, it's not a Microsoft Pro, which is a pretty epic machine. But hey, I'm not getting the lag. I'm not worrying about the annoyance of the Windows 10 lagging it to death, which is pretty cool. Can't complain. I usually will complain about so many things, but in this case, I really can't complain because I am enjoying myself a lot here. Boy, do I love this game. This game, guys, this game is awesome. So don't be put off by some of the things that I say, some of the comments that I say. I would not be playing this every single day if it wasn't cool. Just like when you guys hear me complain about Apple, complain about all kinds of drones and stuff, I'll just tell you my 2 cents on the few things that I might not be super happy about. But hey, you see me running 4 different or 5 different iPhone minis, then I must really love it, you know? I must really love it. So don't believe the illusion. Don't believe the illusion. If it keeps showing up on the channel, I must, to a certain degree, like it. So things to ponder. Sometimes what some people might think is bad publicity is really good publicity. Did you see that? The effects, even on the lowest graphical settings, the effects are so cool, guys. They are so incredibly cool. Now, notice that usually on the other computer, the Microsoft Machine of Death, running Windows 10, I have to disable Steam in order to play the game. On Windows 7, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have to disable Steam. Both of the 2 applications can run simultaneously, and it's not crashing, it's not buggying, it's not lagging. What does that tell you about the old Microsoft Windows operating systems. They were better. They just were. Now, were they better for security, for tracking and all that stuff? No. I'm not going to lie to you. For security purposes, if you've got things to hide, if you are one of those people who has a lot of things to hide on your computer and worried about people hacking into you, you probably want Windows 11, the latest and greatest. But if the only purposes for your Microsoft machine is to run video games, then Windows 7, as you can see here, is all you need. Is all you need. I mean, if you got a lot further back, like Windows 95, a lot of the applications might not even run. So I can't say you should go back to Windows 95. I think a lot of stuff still works on Windows XP, but I don't have a copy of that one. So I've got what I've got, and I'm running it in a way that looks a little bit like XP anyway. Because you see, this setup I had was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. So anyway, the things you learn through the burn. So we've done a few of these. I'll maybe do just one more, and then we'll switch to grapple. Again, here I'm flying with the RealFlight 9.5S. There are still some bugs on that software, which you'll be able to see when I go into grapple. And they have not done an update yet to fix those. For instance, there is one level that I've shown before in the past, which is a really cool level that I wish I could play on this thing. But they're missing a plane. So you go to this hangar. Your objective is to grab a really cool helicopter and lift 2 different planes from 2 different hangars and bring those into a ring. And then once you've achieved that, you have completed the level, which is pretty difficult to do, but it is very rewarding if you are able to pass the level. However, in this particular game, this is something they fixed in the RealFlight Evolution, but did not fix here. For some reason, they maybe didn't have time or whatever it was. I do not know what goes on at the company, so I can't tell you. I can only show you what happens on the screen here. So they have not replaced the plane yet for some reason. Not sure how complicated it would be to do that if it was like just importing something into Maya, which is something that I used to mess around with. It is pretty easy to do, so it could be done pretty quickly. But I don't know. Oh, this is not a touch screen thing, which is kind of annoying because I need to keep reminding myself not to do that. So let's go and do some quick droning. Droning is the easiest thing to do these days for me because I spend most of my time flying drones. And RC crawlers, RC drift cars and stuff. Those are the things I get to do the most these days. I am getting ready to fly the Aeroscout. I still have to make sure the leads are connected correctly and all that stuff, and double check all the control surfaces to make sure that it is ready to go, ready to fly. Until then, I am still making these videos and other videos and stuff. It's taken a while to get to where we want. Let's take a look at Steam real quick. Steam to Dream. So on this, it's pretty easy to get things running. So if I had people to chat with and stuff, try to figure out how that works. It would be cool to chat and do these live streams while chatting with some fun people doing this live. That would be cool. But just double checking the Steam and how many hours played. We're getting close to 50 hours of play, and this is not including the other hours that I've done on Real Flight Evolution. So this is only clocking that. So if you go over here, this will clock and tell you 11.8 hours. Unfortunately, as I said before, this is not running. The Real Flight Evolution does not run on this PC for some reason. It gives me that weird DLL error message of death. Let's go do some drone in. Yeehaw. So I'm going to try to keep this stable. Again, this is not on safe, so unstabilized flight. It doesn't matter if I'm stabilized or not. With the controller here, it doesn't make any difference at all for this particular level that I can remember. So here we go. We'll go through all these. This is one of the easiest courses for me because, again, I spent so much time flying FPV and DJI and Hubsan and FEMI and Parrot and you name it. I fly all the stuff, and it's awesome. And it is awesome. How do I fly it? I fly it for fun. I get upset because these days they want to stop you from being able to make money when flying for fun. And they want you to be certified to make money, which is absolutely ludicrous. Ludicrous is just like the musician or something. It is ludicrous. It is ludicrous for them to do that, especially like for YouTubers and stuff. A lot of companies now, a lot of YouTubers that used to promote drones a lot on their channel are starting to pull back from that because very soon they will realize that anything drone is going to be demonetized. Because people are going to start policing this new ridiculous rule where whatever content that you make, whether it be photographs, whether it be videos, and all that stuff, you won't be able to make money on it unless you have a Part 107, which is the stupidest thing ever. And you know that it is a political grab. It is a political grab. Yet another way, just like removing PayPal from a certain website was a political thing to stop certain people from being able to make money. Which again, just give people the ability to do what they want and stop making it harder and harder for people to make money. That is why so many people give up trying. If you keep this excessive oversight on how people can make money, you're just helping people to become homeless. You just are. The harder it is for people to be able to make money legally, they will try to make money illegally. And then more people end up in jail. Do they need to be in jail? No. They don't need to be in jail. You're just making it impossible for them not to be in jail. So anyway, that's just society as we are destroying it. We've inherited a crappy society from our parents, and we haven't made it any better. We've just made it worse. So anyway, welcome to reality. Welcome to reality, my friends. My friendly friends. What are you going to do, right? We've inherited a crappy society from our ancestors, the people that came before us. Did we do anything to make it better? Nope. Not a whole lot. Well, at the very least, we're not stoning people for saying the bad words, for cussing. At least we've done that. That's been a step forward. But how much more could we do to really improve the way that we live life? A lot. But you can't do that unless you unless you vote yes on Prop 69. I keep telling you, but nobody wants to put this on the ballot. Prop 69, guys. Prop 69. Because you can't tell the politicians to actually honor their promises unless you can dock their pay. It is just the most basic of things to understand. If you've ever had employees, you know that the only way that you can make it work is if you can raise or lower their pay depending on performance. That is the only thing human beings understand. So, I mean, there will be wild cases like me. Like I do stuff for fun, and I actually stick to my principles. But I'm not in the majority. Clearly, I'm not in the majority. The majority of people only understand one thing: the dough. The dough. So if you're not messing with the dough, you will not be able to get them to do anything at all. Cash is king. There's a reason why they say money has replaced God, because it has. So for the majority of people, for the absolute majority of people, money is the only thing that can keep them in check. So anyway, what do you guys all think about the battle of the Titans, Mark Zuckerberg versus Elon Musk? Now let me be clear. I am not going to snark and say that one person is horrible or the other person is horrible, because I don't know. I have not met either of these people in real life. I don't know what they're all about. So I'm going to refrain from saying that one is bad or the other one is bad. I'm just going to go with some of the stuff that's been said. That is considered to be factual, such as the style in which one company likes to run compared to the style. So the stylistic choices of the company. So I'm going to say that I am, when it comes to like family and all that stuff, and when it comes to work-life balance and all that stuff, I'm gonna say that working from home, virtual schooling, and all that stuff is way better. Again, the only reason that virtual learning failed was because the schools had only done it one time, and so they were not aware that it is very complicated for certain parents to be able to do the virtual learning thing if kids have school work that goes home and the parents have to be in charge of helping the children with the school homework. That is the only reason virtual learning was a disaster. For most others, in most other situations, well, also virtual learning in areas where, let's say, schools are poor or people are poor and they don't have computers at home, that could also be a disaster in that case, because anybody who did not have a computer was not able to do virtual learning. But aside from those two things there, virtual learning was super cool. Again, very practical for the majority of kinds of learning. That is very theoretical, works way better in virtual learning, also because at the end of each class, the student would have a video of the class to go back and take a look at. So let's say that they did not pay attention because they have ADHD or whatever other concerning factors. They could rewatch the lesson plan a few more times afterwards and get caught up on anything that was going on. When you do those in-class things and your child struggles or is a little bit behind, the class is done, hence whatever happened in class, and that is it. There is no going back. There is no way to relearn that information unless you do have a tutor or your parents or somebody else steps in to help you understand whatever's going on at a later time. and in a classroom setting once again. So that makes it a lot more difficult for learners to get back in the game. On the other hand, with virtual learning, since it was all done over the other system, I think I finished the level. That's probably what's going on. You could easily go back and refer to that video of the class and jog your memory very quickly and see what was going on. That was so cool about that. I'm not going to do the first one. The first one, you guys know, is the absolute hardest level on this game here, where you have to guesstimate how to throw a package onto on a target that you can't really see because the camera doesn't really allow you to see the package and where you're launching it onto. That is one of the fun things about that level. Have I been able to pass it a few times? Yes, because as you know, as I explained, I brought this over from, and I used Steam the Dream to reinstall it very quickly, which was pretty seamless and awesome. So can't knock Steam and the way that Horizon Hobby is doing this. In this particular case, it works really, really well. What I can knock on it is that I'd had to redo the levels, some of which are so hard I can't rebeat. And one of the ones that I can't rebeat is on this particular simulation here, Grapple. You guys will see it very soon. There's one level where you are in the cockpit of this thing, and boy is it difficult to do. You are inside the cockpit of the helicopter trying to pick up a box, and I just cannot get my head around it. It could take another possibly 3 or 4 months, who knows how many more hours of play, of simulator play, that I will have to endure in order to understand how to do Jedi mind tricks like I did with this one and the camera that runs on this thing. Eventually I understood how to do Jedi mind tricks with this thing. It is very, very difficult. Again, not an expert on it yet. Trying to really fine-tune my brain cells in order to be able to do this well every single time, or at least the majority of times, which is not easy to do at all. But you guys can go check back how horrible I was at this game in the earlier flights that I did with this, because I've been clocking pretty much all of my hours flying real flight, so you guys can see even how the dimmest human beings are able to learn and actually improve with this system, which is quite fascinating indeed, because even head cases such as myself are able to eventually get around some of the most fascinating issues and then still be able to control this thing, which is kind of unbelievable. I never thought I could do it. I never thought I could get to the point where I could get the camera to do what I wanted to do and the bird to do what I wanted to do. Actually, flying the bird itself was easier than understanding how to get this camera track to work. Would I change it? No, because it's worth learning it the hard way. I'm going to tell you that. It's worth learning it the hard way. It is more satisfying. It is more satisfying to just keep going at it. Now, a lot of people will give up. I guarantee you a lot of people will give up and they will not be able to pass this ever. And the whole thing will put them off learning to fly. But I feel like it was worth it. At least I put in the work, put in the hours like The Rock. And as you can see, this level I have not mastered. This is just like the first form of karate, Daikyoku Shodan. If you can't even master that when you're black belt, then is that black belt that you're wearing worth anything? I still see some black belts out there. still can't do Taikyoku Shodan. And I'm like, okay, wow. They go through the funny wobble up and down syndrome, which is like hilarious. It's hilarious. They think they're gonna quack. They're gonna quack like a duck. I think they're gonna quack like a duck. It's hilarious. It's like they're bobbing for apples every time they do Taikyoku Shodan. You're supposed to stay at one height the whole time, which is why your quads, which is why your leg muscles, it's like doing duck walks, and they burn. They burn if you're doing it right. They really burn. If you have weak leg muscles and you do Taikyoku Shodan, your legs will burn. If you do it wrong, like I see them do it wrong at the gyms all the time, your legs won't burn. And you will look like a bobbing apple going up and down. And it is so funny to look at. I just have to contain myself. I mean, when the little kids do it, it's cute. I love it. I adore it. It's funny. It is amazing. And it's just, they're so adorable, the kids. It's just when the adults do it, it's just sad. It's just sad. You will find black belt certified. Black belt certified. Again, this is why I laugh at certifications. I laugh at certifications because sometimes the people that are certified are just really, really incompetent. They're just good at test doing. They will beat me at every single test there is. They're A students. They're triple A students. They will beat me at every single test, whether it's oral, whether it's practical. They will beat me at it. But they're so incompetent. They're so incompetent. Their level of incompetency is just... Anyway, this is what the world is like, guys. This is what the world is like. This is why over-regulation is a disaster, guys. It is. Sometimes you hire the most incompetent people to do stuff because they're certified. But, doesn't matter, guys. Doesn't matter. The gatekeepers have spoken. Some people will never be hireable. And so the journey continues. I'm struggling to remember what's going on here. Was there a bike? Oh, the bike fell. Oh, that's going to be fun to get. Guys. Once the bike falls, guys, that is a torture to get out from there. Once the bike falls, it will torture you. So this is one of my Alishan Mao moments. If you guys have not seen the channel Alishan Mao, you should go check it out. He is a brilliant helicopter pilot, and also really good at YouTubing. His channel is really entertaining, guys. If you haven't watched it, go check it out, please. He is really a good guy. Okay, let's go. Let's go check out if I can get this. This is going to be fun, guys. Jedi mind tricks to keep that bird still. Try to get the camera so that I can even see where the bike is. It is very low in the ring. So I'm having to go forward really at ant or turtle speed, snail speed, if you will. Trying to get this thing, it is not easy in the slightest. Can we do it? Looks like we got it. Now let's see. Jedi mind tricks. Turn that camera. You gotta turn that camera, boy. Boy, you gotta turn that camera. Boy. Yeehaw! That's all I'm going to say there. I had my Alicia Mao moment. Or the second Steve from Captain Drone. He's also really good with helicopters. Or Justin Davis, Mr. Camps. Pretty good with helicopters and stuff. Anyways, did you guys see that amazing, amazing? They call it the bad idea mount. Go check out Original Dobo. He's got this very cool Avada mount, and it glows in the dark. I say that is phenomenal, phenomenal. So now, if you decide to fly your Avada at night, you can have a glow in the dark GoPro mount that is absolutely cool. It is just cool. I can't wait until they start putting it on the market. I also can't wait until I can get some investors to help me out to get the Avada. I think I may be getting the Avada soon. If anything, it is awesome for views, likes, and subscribes. And you all know that I need a lot of help with that. So, anyway. Did you guys check out the latest on the Eddie Nunes? Eddie Nunes did an awesome live stream with Original Dobo. So they were a really good duo. Just the other day, they really did a fun live, and I was there to witness it live, which is awesome. Awesome. And so they had a bunch of cool things going on over there. They're trying to promote a really cool system. I haven't checked it out yet, haven't had a chance. I've got so many projects that I'm working on. But you guys should definitely take a look at it, especially if you're trying to make money and you have a Part 107 and you have all the awesome equipment that you need to make and shoot beautiful videos from the sky and pictures from the sky. I think it's called PayPixel. I think it is better than Dropbox, I think, for what you're trying to do here. There is a freemium version, as they said. Oh, what an epic crash that was. There's a freemium version, which means a version that you can try for free. And it may be revolutionary. Hopefully it will be. It is one of the cool projects that you might be able to find over there. And anyway, and what else has been going on? Joshua Bardwell's been talking about HD0 and a bunch of other cool things going on with all of the FPV goggle systems and all that stuff. Fun to take a look at that. Granddad is an Old Man is a channel that is really cool, and he recently flew a cool stunt kite. It was super windy. The weather obviously was not amazing because it was shot in the United Kingdom, where I used to live. But he's a trooper. He went and took one for the team, and it's pretty cool. Just popped up this morning when I just woke up and like, oh, that's cool. For anybody who likes to watch kites fly, stunt kite. Let's see if we can pick up this one. Again, this is the problem with how I'm flying here is I don't know exactly how much time there is. So I'm just gunning it as quickly as gunning it allows without crashing, right? Okay, we got to do those Jedi mind tricks. Jedi mind tricks, come on. I want to be able to see where I'm delivering this package to. Here we go. No, I was not able to climb up quickly enough, and well, that was the end of that. Let's try one more, because I really want to get to the level that I was talking about. No, I missed it by an inch. You see how difficult that is, or it might be if you were to try it. Jedi mind tricks Right now I am out of control, as you can see here. Oh, come on. Maybe, baby, maybe this is what. Oh, I can't remember how that song goes. It is so catchy. The tune is so catchy. Baby, maybe that's what flying feels like. I think, yeah. me and anything rap. It's just you've got to have the right brain for it to be able to say words correctly. And so, me and my struggles. But anyway, that is one of the catchiest songs from the original Dobo channel. Maybe, baby, that's what flying feels like. It took enough tries to be able to even do that. It's a brain twister for me. If you guys haven't heard that song, it's original Dobo plays it at the end of his live streams, and it is really, really catchy. I don't know who the artist is, but the music is beautiful. It's just really planned out magnificently. Whoa, missed it again. Jedi Mind Tricks of Doom. Oh, you have got to be kidding me, guys. And unless you get behind the sticks of this thing, you will never be able to understand how difficult this is sometimes when you lose control. And you're like one inch away from picking this thing up, and it just won't pick it up, man. Just won't pick it up. And you're like, but it can't be that hard. How hard could it possibly be? And again, for most people, probably not that hard. Probably not that hard. Okay, let's get it. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. I'ma get this, baby. I'ma get this. Gotta get this. Gotta get this. Let's get it, man. No. I was literally on it. Come on, man. Just high enough not to get the blades. I touched it with the helicopter, but did not grab it with the blue. Come on, blue. You've got it. This is just like, this is torture, guys. It's torture, guys. This is like when you try to do this on purpose without trying to get it, right? But then you're like, no, man. You can't keep doing this to yourself. Jedi mind tricks. This is where it could all spiral to its death if I don't just control the Jedi mind tricks. Unbelievable. No. Don't start with an unexpected error of death. Do I want to send an error report? No, I don't, but yes, I do. Maybe I don't. I don't know. Why did Realfly just die? Okay, I'll show you once more so you guys can see what happens. You press play, you go in here. I'm going to try the Quest on this computer. Maybe Windows 7 will allow me to connect and do the VR thing. That's another reason why I'm trying this setup to see if this works. I don't know if it will make any difference at all, but if it does, even for a little bit, and I can try VR, that would be awesome. That would be really amazing. For me, anyway. Most people don't care about VR. Most people don't care about VR, but I love it because I'm pretty sure that if you buy the latest and greatest Quest or Pico Neo or all those things with the new pancake lenses and a bunch of new technology and high refresh rates, you won't puke when you put it on. But a lot of people were like lightweights and stuff, and what are you gonna do, right? Lightweights. So they put on these goggles and they spew their lunches and dinners and breakfasts, and you don't want that. You don't want that. So hopefully, in the latest and greatest version, Zuckerberg or whoever else is in charge of TikTok, I think, is in charge of the new Pico Neo. The new Pico Neo, which I really like. I think it's still the coolest platform. I like the older one because you can lay down. You want to watch yourself a nice movie. You're tired. You just got home from work or whatever. Oh, okay. It went straight to the. I have to go back then to do that cones thing. But this is the level that is sadly unbeatable. And again, it's not unbeatable because my skill level sucks, which it still does after 50. I don't know. Did I say 50? Close to 50 hours of play. Definitely 50 hours if you combine Real Flight Evolution and Real Flight 9. Real Flight 9.5S, which is what I'm currently flying. Then I think we may be closer to 60 hours. I don't know. You guys do the math. I showed the data earlier. I'm not capable of doing the math, especially not on the fly because I can't remember the numbers that I saw on the screen. You're like, but you just saw them like less than 50 minutes ago. How come you haven't memorized those numbers? Well, that be part of the struggles. That's be part of the struggle. I would make the absolute worst 007 ever. Because you know how like you have to hear the message in the field and just memorize it. You can't just put it into a machine or something. You can't like record the message or whatever, because or Mission Impossible. I would never be able to do Mission Impossible because after the message that you received self-destructs, I'm going to need a copy of that message to keep referring to throughout the mission. And that would really put a that would really cause some issues, right? You can't be. I would make the worst special agent Mark Reviews forgets his mission. Keep referring to the mission. What was my mission again? I don't know. I would probably make a pretty bad president as well for the same reason. Where am I at today? I'm making a speech. I don't know. Anyway, so this is a problem, as I said before here. You go to the second hangar and you can fly around the second hangar, as you can see here now. My Jedi mind tricks allow me to peruse this area right here very accurately. And as you can see, there are no at all planes that I'm supposed to bring in there. So then what I did the other day was like, oh, but I saw there was another plane. So now that I can do Jedi mind tricks and I can keep the controller steady enough to fly. This is so amazing, guys. You guys just don't know how amazing it is. Once you understand how this thing works with the camera and the Jedi mind tricks, it is super therapeutic and makes you feel good about what you can do in this game. Again, in the beginning, it is fantastic for those people who want to learn how to improve on their anger control, right? It's a perfect tool for anger management. Once you see what just happened there, I lost control of the Jedi mind tricks. I have perfect control over the flying of the bird, but the Jedi mind tricks were not controlling the camera at that point, so I lost it. So anyway, you can go over here, and there's a secondary plane, and I'm pretty sure this is the plane that's supposed to be on the other side, but for some reason, it appears over here. Haha, haha. That's some mind trick there going on. It's a little Horizon Hobby gotcha situation there. So the plane does not appear where it's supposed to, but it appears here. And then if you want to retrieve it from here, I tried it a couple of times. It's not really gettable, right? You can't catch it like Pokemon, and we know that we want to catch them all. Don't leave any behind. Don't be picky and say that whatever, Squirtle is not your favorite, so you're not going to bring it home. You want to catch them all. Anyway, we don't want to exclude any of the beautiful Pokemon that are out there. Anyway, so let's do this again. Jedi mind tricks, as I have completely lost control over the bird, and the camera is still... So I focused completely on the camera here to make sure to drop this in correctly. Now that we've got this under control, let's go see if we can not gab. Gab is a name of another platform that is out there these days. So they don't have enough social media platforms, so they've got one more. Anyway, we got Gab, Truth Social. Truth Social is an odd platform. I've been on it and testing it for quite some time. The best thing to do on there is to go in and get yourself an account to the animal. There's a cute animal thing. Totally worth it. Okay, you see it does not bind. It does not bind to that. So the blue thing does not bind. Don't worry that I crashed. It doesn't matter because I just proved that you cannot bind to that thing. You cannot connect to it and hence cannot beat this level. That plane is supposed to appear in the other thing, but it does not. So what you gonna do about it? Nothing, man. Nothing. Let's see if this is the one that goes before the getting in the cockpit thing that I was talking about, which is really fun, but impossible. I have not been able to beat that. So, okay. In this one, it's still about grabbing 2 balls and scoring goals, which is super fun. But again, you got to get that. Now I don't have the camera under control. I have the camera under control, but not the bird. Okay, now I should have both. Now I need to get the ball. I swear, by the moon and the something in the sky. Can't get these balls. What was that commercial from Verizon Hobby? The 2 things I hate the most is dropping balls and calls. Balls and calls, baby. Balls and calls. I do not want to have dropping balls. Whatever the age may be, you don't want to have dropping balls. Or calls. Anyway. Oh, buddy. It's cool to see that there is one amazing person in the live stream. That's pretty cool. Anyway, almost done, guys. I will try this quick thing, and then I will be done for the day, as we would do some breakfasting and all that stuff. So let's see if I can get this up and running. Let's see. It's pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Pretty cool. I am not doing a good job.
What's that?
I lost control.
Underneath the helicopter.
So that is it's kind of like a hook, but it's
like a picker-upper?
Yeah. It's kind of like a hook, but it's gummy or something, I don't know. Like those old things that you could throw on the window.
Oh,
remember those things? It's a little bit like that. So it picks up whatever objects that you're able to aim at, which in this case is nothing, right? I can't get a single thing. Okay. 1 more second. It seems easy to do, but it is incredibly hard. And right now, I don't know, I was doing very well until a couple of seconds ago. Let's see. Okay, come on. Stable. There we go, stable. Stable like Clark Gable. I mean, Come on, let's go.
Ball.
We've got it. Now what I've got to do is gently lift a little bit higher so I don't hit the goal ball. You want to go a little bit higher, and then with this thing here,
Drop it.
you drop it. So we'll try it one last time, and then we're gonna end the live stream. End the live stream because I want to be able to score at least one goal. One goal on this amazing simulator. There we go. We got the ball. Got the ball. Don't drop the ball now. Don't drop the ball. Okay.
Is there a way to die?
To die?
in
No, this is simulator.
I know.
Doesn't simulate death, for goodness sake. Luckily it does not simulate death.
I know. I mean, like when you crash. How
When
do
you crash
die?
it just you saw it. The
Oh,
helicopter breaks into
a million pieces.
million pieces and then you're done.
Okay.
I'll show you some other cool thing real quick. Since you're here, might as well show you the cool stuff that you haven't seen yet. You can chase balloons in this one, but I want to show you how you can fly through rings of fire and stuff. Well, actually, this is actually, you go onto these little pods and it turns different colors. So I'll show you the rings. This is really fun. Can't remember if this is with a plane, but again, it reset all of my. You see, this is a different computer, so it reset all of my flights, which I guess is fine, but it would have been cool if I could have brought all my data across. Uh-oh. What just happened? Oh, nothing. It just jumped on, or I pressed something with the cable. Let's see. It should start. Oh, okay, here we go. Come on. I have to manually do this. Come on, don't do that to me. So this is a little bit like Star Wars. You can fly through all these cool.
That seems easy.
It seems easy. Okay. Later I'm gonna let you try this, and you can tell me if it is easier.
Than what you were trying to do earlier.
Yeah, you're right. It is easier than what I was trying to do.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
When it turns green, does it mean like it's your new checkpoint?
Yeah, that's right. It registers, it says, okay, you have completed this one. You can now move on to the next one. And seems to do pretty well on this. Show you another one. Then I'll show you the other one that has balloons. My least favorite is Limbo on this simulator. Limbo's, I guess it does have its strong suit. I'll show you what I mean by Limbo is you have a plane and you have to fly underneath a certain thing, but it is a little bit glitchy. So the other day when I was doing it, every time you fly underneath, it has one of these checkpoint things, so the lights turn off, and it was completely trolling me because I think there were like somewhere between 5 and 8 of those things, maybe 10 those things in a row. And by the time I turned off the last light, they just turned all back on for no reason. So I was like, what the heck is that all about? That was not fun. There, we made it through another one. So let me show you what I mean by the stuff that I was talking about.
Limbo.
And this is supposed to have all kinds of
Bubbles.
images and text and stuff, but it doesn't because for some reason it's failing on this computer. And I don't know why. Let me show you. The balloon race is pretty fun. So what you do is you fly and you try.
Balloons?
Yep, you're trying to pop the balloons with the propeller in the front, right?
Yeah, but not crash.
But not crash into stuff. I'll let you try all these later. Maybe we could do a live stream off of your channel where you're flying the whole thing.
God.
But not in your pajamas, so maybe stay over there.
Yeah, I know.
There we go. That's the easiest one. You only got one balloon to get. But of course, in this one, they'll give you a few more balloons. Let's see here. Let's see. Where is the other? Okay. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss it. Oh, I got it. I love this game.
It's so easy, it seems.
It is. But you'll notice that you're used to flying everything with these sticks. So you have throttle on this side and you have left and right. But here you have throttle and turning. Plus this thing here is giving you rotation.
God,
so
confusing.
That's not like your baby RC that you always fly, which is super easy compared to this. It's not easy. There's plenty of people who can't fly at all. Me being one of those in the beginning, and then I'm still not that good because remember, I almost destroyed or lost your plane a couple of times, and you were like, "Dad,"
it almost fell in a palm tree.
Yeah, and you were like, "Dad, you're not flying my plane anymore," which was hilarious because, you know, you're already better at flying that thing than I am, and I've definitely had a lot more time to play around with it. You see that was, and it gets harder now because now you have to get these balloons and then go all the way around the castle in a second. You'll see it's pretty cool. They have this castle that looks a little bit like one of the Super Mario castles, which is really fun. There we go. And when I first started this thing, I could not even turn because I didn't understand how to turn. So all I was doing is rotating. It's like, but I can't fly in the direction that I want to fly. It took me forever to figure out that no, there's separate controllers for boy, how did I miss that? There's separate controllers, control sticks for rotation, and I'm gonna have to flip this. I do a Maverick.
And you still miss.
And I still missed it. Come on, I thought the Maverick was gonna help me. The Maverick move was gonna help me do it, but now I can't even see where there it is. You can't make that stuff up. I was just like a few inches away from it and still missed it. There it is. Shabam. Now, that was it? Wait. When does it let me go around? Oh, it changes plane first. No, it doesn't. What? I'm lost here. I've played this a lot, but I can't even remember that. You see, that's the problem I have. I can't even remember the things that I did. This is the castle bit where I was telling you, which is really cool. So you fly on top of this castle, and you have to get the balloons on the top of the flags like that. There's one there. And I'm just too close to. I'm gonna move away. Hey, look! I'm amazing. I felt like I was Captain Drone there for a second. And then I wasn't. I better not. No. I was going to get 2 of those in a row. And then I'm like, I'm Captain Drone. And then, ouchie. Okay, let me get that. Okay, here we go. Brian Phillips RC. There we go.
What?
You've seen some of his work. He flies all the jets and stuff, remember?
Oh, him.
Yeah. He says
with the crazy long runway thingy.
Oh yeah, right. That's cool in front of his house. Yeah, a really cool runway. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. It's so great to have you this morning.
What are those things down there?
Oh, these things here?
Yeah.
I think they are
pieces of wood.
No. They're hay
stacks.
Hay rolls. Hay.
Hay.
I don't know. I'm not
Hay
a farmer,
stacks.
so I don't know what they're called, but they
hay
are.
Stacks. I'll just call them that.
You usually find the haystacks in the barns, right?
Yeah, because like they're not properly rolled up. They're just like there.
Yeah, so the horses and cows and all those amazing animals can feed on them. But yeah, they roll those up. Again, I don't know if it's that or it's large chunks of grass that has been rolled up. I just don't know. I'm gonna go with hay though.
Hay is for horses, Dad. Hay is for horses.
Yeah,
Dad, you missed a balloon.
I missed 2 now. It's so cool though, because you could just go off and just enjoy, but then the battery will die. So you do have a time constraint, time limitation here that you do need to worry about. But anyway, you catch the drift of how this works. Let me show you the limbo thing. I don't
And
remember.
die.
Do you go cancel? Yeah, go cancel on the stick here. This is not the latest version, but on this one it works really well when you press. On the real flight, it works really well. When you press that, it cancels immediately and brings you out here. On the other one, I still struggle sometimes to get it to run. Let's see here. Where's the limbo? Here it is, limbo. A.
Sally.
It's cool. It's fine. It'll take a couple. Oh, that was fast. That one.
It'll take
It loaded really fast.
I will
Much
take
faster than expected. So you see, you go under here, those things turn off. Okay, fine. So that worked no problem. But later, you get like 10. I don't know. It was somewhere between 5 and 10. I'm gonna say, because you can't rely on my math. But yeah. So anyway, we do that. I'm gonna come back and gently go underneath this thing. And it didn't register. So we're gonna do that again.
Or maybe you just have to crash into it.
No, definitely not crash into it. I try this. I did so many different live streams, so it's called limbo. Don't go over it.
No, it's called high jump, Dad. High jump.
Clearly, I've reinvented the game, right? It's called high jump.
No, it's a real game.
Okay, let's try that again. That was pitiful. That was pitiful. Hey, you wanted to see a crash, right? Here it is. Here it is. That's what happens. You can't die in the game, but you can destroy the plane in ways that you can only destroy the plane in this game. Very fascinating. No, I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna lose you. Don't want to lose you now. Come back to me. Come back. So we do a nice approach. Okay. Aim for the runway. Cheat a little by being down. Lift at the last moment, and there you go. We did one of my bouncing moves. So this is pretty straightforward, but again, I've always been able to beat the first 2 levels. And then when you get to the next levels, here's this, whoa, yeah. I tried a high jump situation there.
You were like, oh. I'm surprised how easy it came down.
Oh yeah, because if it was made out of like big metal things, it'd be. Well, in the Olympics, they have those same kind of things, because
Or
otherwise
you have to try and get over the bars.
That's right. The athletes would get hurt if those things were not very like.
Or light, or
light.
easy to come down.
And also.
Dude.
Wow, that was amazing. That was super. That was kamikaze style. Kamikaze style. No.
Can I check?
You want to try real quick? Okay, you grab the sticks. Can you fly from over there?
Okay. Here.
Come on.
Thank you.
Woo.
Sorry.
No problem. It's all good. It's all good.
I don't know what to do. So, wait, what?
Okay, so this here stick, you press it forward, it gives you throttle control.
It's not doing anything.
No, because you need to reset it.
Oh.
So This gives you throttle, and then you turn left and right with it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and this gives you rotation. So don't mess with rotation just yet. I would say let's keep it simple and just go with throttle control up and down, and then left and right. Is it easy?
No.
Good pumpkin. Good pumpkin.
No.
All right, so try to keep it centered. This is probably not the best one for you to try anyway. This is one of the really challenging ones. I'll just put you in the. Do you want me to just give you one that's not so challenging?
No.
Or you just want to do this one? Okay. All right, you just do this one then.
Okay, yeah, give me something easier.
A little bit easier. No, stay there. Stay there. You're fine.
No.
Can get it all to run as one should.
Balloon.
You want to try the balloon one?
Balloon.
Okay. Balloon one is definitely more forgiving than that one. And it's more like a video game, so you can always see where the plane is at all times. Which is part of the reason why it's just easier to run. Okay, we'll press reset one more time. There you go. So before you start messing with the right stick, just learn to go up and turn. You see, the second you start messing with the right stick, the only thing you want to do is when you're turning,
go down.
Go either down or up. I can't remember. I think it's down. to get the nose of the plane to lift a little bit, because these planes are not set like I helped you set the Baby RC, which is a little bit tail heavy, so it makes it easier for you to find. This is nose heavy, so when it turns, it wants to nose dive into oblivion.
Oh my God.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. There you go. Whoa, that's pretty good. Wow.
I don't know where I'm going. So
It's
I'm gonna
okay.
Go down a little.
It's okay. It's
way.
always easier when you're a little bit further off, away from the ground, because
Oh.
when you have further down to fall, right, you have more chances of recovery than when you're flying really super low to the ground. But just remember, in real life, right, that's the opposite, because the further away you fly, the more likely you're going to lose it.
No.
Ooh, oh, there was a real flip. The rear flipper came off. You were flying with a whole of three wings. Yeah. You're getting better at it. Oh, you want... Wow. You're like, wait, I'm going to do flips and rolls right off the bat, no problem. Oh, climb out of it. Ooh, that was good. See what I'm talking about? Most people are not going to have the learning curve that I have. You guys see me clock close to 50 hours in between two different things, but you hand this thing to a child. How old are you again? 10?
9.
9?
Turning 10.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. She can do it already.
No! No. So close.
So what they do, the later generations have better genetics, better technology installed in their brains.
Oh darn. Okay.
It's the new generation of AIs.
No.
No?
No, Dad. No. No!
Nice. Oh, whoa, that was close. That was cool. That was cool.
No, I gotta go up.
You're doing really great.
Even though I'm not getting any balloons.
And it doesn't matter. I mean, you're flying this thing. You're doing flips and rolls. No problem. First time ever played the game.
No.
what I'm talking about. You see how cool though it is? Like you have these beautiful mountains and it's just so peaceful just flying around there. Even if you choose not to do the exercises and grab the balloons, it's just fun. You can just explore the whole landscape.
Oh no, I'm going downhill too much.
That's cool. Go check out the Super Mario Castle.
Yeah.
And try to get one of those balloons and flags. Whoa!
Okay, since I'm already going downhill, why not? Unless I can go up enough.
Oh, you're trying to do the math move?
No,
up
I'm
the
trying
hill?
to go upwards. 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 Okay, left a little, left a little. Down a little, down a little. Down a little, down a little. Down, down, down. Down, no. Down. Go down.
Whoa.
No.
Watch out. Oh, Mav.
Hey, I'm not mad.
You remember the name of the girl in the show who was a fighter pilot? She was awesome. No. You have to go.
I refuse to.
You refuse to be that fighter pilot?
Refuse!
Okay. Whoa. You doing acrobatics here. Nice. Look at that. All kinds of crazy moves. So yeah, it was hilarious. When I first tried to fly this thing,
I went straight into the castle.
I did not do like I could show you the video that I posted. I was not doing as well as you are with that thing.
Please let me get my balloon.
I could barely keep it in the air, and then I was trying to do like flips and rolls and stuff, and I was like, oh my god.
God, please let me get this balloon. I haven't gotten any balloons. My aim sucks.
That's okay. Just take it easy. Give yourself plenty of time and space. And right now you're full throttling, which means your plane is going as fast as it can go. So what you're going to have to do is learn a little bit of throttle management, which means
I know, don't go as fast.
this thing can fly at about half throttle, no problem. Just even just under half throttle still allows you to fly. So yeah, just remember, you push it all the way.
No, so
You push
close.
it all the way, you might end up to be going too fast to be able to get any of the balloons at all. So steady as she goes. Give yourself some space between you and the balloon, and then try to line it up and see if you can get one. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my. I don't think I would have been able to pull out of that one. Remember when they went pull up, pull up. He just did one of those. Very forgiving, this bird. Let's see how it goes. You're close.
No, go down, go down, go down, go down.
No, not like that.
Go down to the ground and then don't die. No! Reset. That one should be easy.
Whoa, okay, battery died on this thing. 1 second. Okay, you keep playing. I just need to get a extension cord.
No!
And then we may have to call this actually, let's call it a day real quick.
Okay.
Say goodbye to all the amazing people watching us, and we'll see you all in the next one. Take care, guys.